guys, it's Michael Avenue with Michael Avenue Life, and welcome to my life. Walking through the park today and just kind of like really being present to all the beauty that's around us, all the information, how the universe supports us even in those moments when we don't even know that we need support. It's like right there. Like this morning I woke up and I was feeling just a little off, like not the lost feeling of panic, but just a little disconnected. This is what I do. I help people like me have a world that works for everybody and it's sustainable and we can live without fear. Like, I'm all about that. And I'm all about helping other people that have that same sort of North Star activate that. And I love accelerating that process, but I'm in that process too. So today, with that feeling, just sort of navigate to YouTube sometimes when I feel like that, maybe watch an Abraham video or whatever. But today this video popped up and it was this little audio book called It Works. It was written in 1926, which I love because I'm obsessed with old texts. Like, this is almost 100 years old. And why in God's name does, like, why don't we use this stuff like actively? Anyway, that's what we're doing now, I guess. Anyway, it's only 15 minutes cover to cover. So I listened to it and it was basically this concise, definite, resultful, don't hear that word very often. I guess it's full of results, plan for accomplishment. Like, wow, yeah. So for me right now in my life, I'm looking for ways of creating sustainability and workability in my life, that it's fun like all the time, and I'm being a contribution and I'm having all the pieces work in my life. But it's really difficult in our ADD world with all of the distractions that we have all the time to stay focused on that. So yes, there's the crux of life, and that's what I help people get clear on and get plans in their life. So it oftentimes happens to me when the energy gets weird in the world as it is right now. So this book popped up today. It says, if you know what you want, you can have it. I've heard that like a million times. Level of clarity that you have about what it is that you want, the quicker it comes. Because like, really, if you think about it, if you're not clear, how the hell are you gonna know when it shows up? So you have to take time to stop, create an intention about like want in your core, to know it, quantify it, and feel it. So taking me a walk in the park today, I wanted to take you guys along because I'm gonna over here and find a nice little tree and just create an intention that we can all do together. I'm gonna do it for me, but you guys can follow along and plug in your own life and create an intention and see how that unfolds during the day. And the more we see how our intention affects the reality, it's powerful. When you experience it, you kind of want to experience more of it. So I hope that takes effect and takes hold in your life like it has mine. So I think I found the tree, so I'm going to show you guys that. And ooh, it's got even a little place I can sit. So this is perfect. I love it. And I'm going to show you guys this, and then we'll pick back up when we're creating our intention. Okay? See you in a second. So, sort of found the tree. Now I gotta find my intention. A little notebook here. So, welcome back. So I just wanted to show you what setting an intention is from my perspective. I use intention like I use Google. So if I'm intending something, I just say, please set the intention for whatever it is that I want to fill in the blank in that like Google bar. So today I want to just create an intention for this moment right now, the highest best good of all, so that I'm clear and center, and that I'll take off and I'll just share what's there for me in the world of us having what we want in our life and the system to keep it in place. because if we can't, it's not about the knowing of anything, it's about the application of it. So how can we apply this to keep our lives filled with things that we want and that just be the natural state of things? Like, that's just how it is. Please set the intention to flow the universal energy through me so that I become clear on how to manifest our desires from nothing, and then we can't be stopped. It's from this place inside of ourselves that's connected to everything else, and we know it, and it's beyond belief, and so it is. Thank you, tree, for this grounding. Thank you, beautiful park and nature and just the magic energy that is around us. I will put a link in below to that video, but really it was just simply your top priorities, or prioritize the things that you want in order of most importance down, like number, like what's the most important thing for you right now in your life to manifest. So for me, you know, I'm like kind of like everybody else. I am having to surrender to this pull that's bigger than myself to share what I know about the universe to help people, as many people as possible, as we're going through this evolution. And when we're going through it, it can get kind of scary. And when you get scary and you get scared, everything constricts and everything stops. And I want everything to be in flow. You know, like my entire context for this year of my life is being in flow state. And it's the first time I've created a context for life this powerful that I connected to. I may keep it for a while because I love it. Like being in that flow. And when I'm not in that flow, I get off a little bit because that's my body's way of telling me that I'm not up to speed with what my life's calling me to be. So if my life is calling me to be, you know, a teacher, to help people in multiple ways, I want to help millions of people wake up, make life easier when they're accelerating their evolution. Because the more people that evolve, the bigger that it gets. And the world that we're living in right now, like seeing the stuff that's coming out of people, like what they really, really think. It's okay. Everybody has a right to think whatever they want to think. But you don't have a right to impose that on another human being. You just don't. End of story. Period. And you also don't live in a world that supports that kind of bullshit anymore. So you may think it, you may try, but you will never succeed in that. Because there's more of us waking up than there are of you screeching to stay asleep. Yeah, do you get that? There are more of us waking up than you screeching on to this false notion that you can stay in some alternative universe in the past just because you think you feel safe. Yeah, I get it, but it's not gonna fucking work. So there's that. Back to what we want. It's kind of just what I just shared. Like, you can't ignore that that's happening, but you can realize that it's a stick. And on one stick of it is, on one end of that stick is this experience of life, you know, like having to deal with people that are not at a level of awareness that they understand that they can't do that kind of shit to humans anymore. And the people around us waking up to how we deal with that, because you can't see it happening and be still anymore. Can't be reacting to it anymore, but we sure as hell can respond to it. And responding to something is much different than reacting to something. It's discussing that from a 30,000 feet view, which sometimes in your life you have to do, which brings me back to being so clear about what it is that we want, and spending a little bit of time every morning. Like in this book, it says morning, noon, and night, which I think is really cool because that's something that is already inside of us. You know, we wake up, there's a morning, what we do in the morning to get ready and to get ready to go to bed. And then every noon, you know, we're eating something. So it's a really awesome time frame when you think about it, 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. Yeah, I can do that. And what the doing is sitting and contemplating and feeling your desires being fulfilled morning, noon, and night, and trusting it and allowing the universe to support you in the manifestation of them. The circle of it, and how we're in a circle all the time. We're going to bed, we're waking up, we're living life, we're going to bed, we're waking up, we're living life. So we're doing it anyway. We're here morning, noon, and night anyway. It's just now we can add just a little bit of accountability and responsibility about keeping our thinking in alignment with what our life is calling us to be, by becoming really clear and present to what our wants and desires are all the time and the top priority of them. So I love knowing that my top priority is me becoming sustainable and going from one business to a next. Right now it's all smooth, but and I'm keep it that way. But it's always, you have to be in action, no like slothness. You've got to keep yourself out of the burnout and balance that with creativity some way in your life. You have to bring creativity and that juice into what you got going on, because if you don't, it gets off balance and you get off whack. But if you have a system in place, you wake up and you have that feeling, then you know right where to go and right what to do to complete it and start it all over again. It's just a process, and it's about supporting yourself in that process with other people who are doing similar things of like mind that support you 100%. Oh, also the other part of this, keeping all of your desires like close to the vest, because if you share with people around in your life and they don't agree with you and don't want the best for you, figure out those types of people in your life and don't have them in your life. Not that you have to cut people out, but you have to let people know what you're up to. And if you don't support me in that, then you need to step to the side. That's how you have to be in life. That's how you have to be with that. Yeah. So, all that said, such an amazing day. I know there's a shit ton of shit happening in the world, but it's all information to show us what we want. It's a stick. Even as horrific as all of the stuff is that we're having to deal with right now, it's a stick. And one end of it's gonna cause discomfort, uncomfortability, pain, sadness, emotion. And the other side is also going to have emotion, different kind of emotion, because you're allowing whatever is there to transmute down that stick to the other end of it, about what is trying to show you that you want. Out of everything that you don't want, there is the seeds of what you do want and the desire, and that's authentic. Because if it bugs you and you can see that side of it, you know, that's 75% of the journey right there. Just pick the stick up and look at it and allow it to show you what it is, what you want on the other side of it. And if you have problems discerning any of that, every Monday I do live calls, either on my page or the Dreamcatcher page. So if you find it difficult to shift your focus from whatever you've got on your stick, and what your stick is whatever you're focusing on, and you need help getting to the other side of that, I'm available for that kind of conversation every Monday around 7 o'clock on either one of those channels. So just take a look. Say thanks for hearing me out and checking out this video, focusing on what you want. If I can support you in any way and having your dreams come true even faster, that's what I'm here for. Have a great day. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want, and let's do this together. Have a good day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.